welcome back to my channel. My name is Maames. If you haven't seen me before, welcome to my channel. I hope you stay, you hit the subscribe button and join the family. So today's tutorial is going to be on this look. Before I jump into it, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about my skincare routine because I just felt that it was important for people to know, because I get a lot of questions. What foundation do you use? Is really flawless, it's this and that and that. So I just wanted to incorporate a little bit of my skincare into my tutorial. So I'm gonna begin with that. If you want to skip it, hey, that's entirely up to you. For me, I think skincare plays a really important role when you want to achieve the perfect look. Because if your skin is right, you won't have to use too much foundation. Because what a lot of people tend to do is that because their skin isn't exactly the best, they tend to overdo on the foundation or the concealer just to balance it out, just to make up for bad skin. These are my steps to my everyday skincare routine. And this is what I'll do before I put my foundation or put my face on. Okay, and obviously when I've been wearing makeup the whole day, I do other things, but I'm not going to go into that today. I'm just going to take you through the basic stuff that I do. Make sure that you're drinking enough water. I cannot say enough on how much you need to drink a lot of water. It is important that you drink a lot of water. Our bodies make up 70% of water, so that should give you an idea of how important water is. I scrub 3 to 4 times a week for scrubbing. So my go-to scrub is the Since IVES Blemish Control Apricot Scrub, and it looks like this. They make different scrubs depending on your skin type. Again, once you know your skin type, you know what is going to work for you. Also, I tend to look at what is in the product. So for oily to combination skin, for me, I tend to look at products that have salicylic acid because it's really good for spots and pimples and things like that. I'm not going to read out all the ingredients in here, but then it does contain salicylic acid, which is perfect for me. So that is what I use. So that's number one. And then number two, I go on to cleansing. I have oily to combination skin, so you always have to bear this in mind. You need to know what skin type you are before you even get into all these skincare routines. So first of all, you need to know what kind of skin that you have, whether it's dry, whether it's oily, whether it's oily to combination. All these factors will help you determine how to go about your skincare. Now for cleansing, at the moment, I switch between 2 products. At the moment, I use the Clarins. This is the Gentle Foaming Cleanser. There's 2 types. This one is for combination or oily skin, and it looks like this. And I swap between this and then the NEUTROGENA Hydro Boost Aqua Gel. This particularly jumped out to me because it contains hyaluronic acid. Now for those of you that don't know what hyaluronic acid is, hyaluronic acid is responsible for wrinkles, and it's responsible for crow's feet, and the crow's feet are the wrinkles that you find around your eyes. So what it does is it technically plumps up your skin, and then it controls the fine lines. So that is what hyaluronic acid does. Then I go on to toning. I know some people skip it because a lot of the time they don't really know what the toning does. So what the toning does is it tightens up your pores and then it balances out your skin. I have been using this toner and I've been loving because it doesn't really leave my skin too tight and dry. It just leaves my skin well balanced, and I see that it rejuvenates my skin. Like, it gives me a really clear complexion. So what it says here is that it's for oily skin with blemishes. So basically it's going to tackle your blemishes, you know, scarring from pimples or acne. And it is a deep pore cleansing lotion. It tightens the pores, it unclogs, and then it purifies. And also what I really liked about this, and I knew that it was going to work, it was going to work for me, was the fact that it had salicylic acid. Again, salicylic acid, if you have oily or combination skin, is going to be your best friend. It's going to be your best friend. It's going to tackle the oiliness, and it's going to control your sebum production. Once I've done my toning, I move on to moisturizer. So the moisturizer I've been using currently is this By Face Day Cream. And it's a 50 ml. You get enough, you got a really good amount of product in here. Also, what this contains is it has Q10, which is a coenzyme, and also has hyaluronic acid. Again, hyaluronic acid is going to be combating the fine lines. Obviously, we produce our own C10 coenzymes, but as you get older or as you age, you produce less of it. So it's good, it's a plus, it's a bonus when you have it in your moisturizer. So this moisturizer hasn't let me down. I've loved it, and I actually even want to get the night cream as well because it's so good. Okay, so this is my basic skincare routine before I put my makeup on. Like I said, when I've gone the whole day wearing makeup, I incorporate other things like masking and things like that, and steaming and all that, but that's just for another day. So for foundation, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 360. This is a matte foundation, and because I don't really want to be all matte today, I'm going to be mixing in a little bit of my Natural Radiance Prep and Prime from MAC. I'm just going to put one pump into here, and then I'm going to mix it up. And this is the Morphe M444. It's a big round foundation brush. Have you guys noticed all the drama going on in the beauty community? Like, so much drama. People like drama though, don't they? I know some people like to take foundation down their neck, but I personally don't like to do that. Only because if I sweat or if I have to hug somebody, I'm always mindful of the fact that I've got foundation on my neck and it's probably gonna rub onto the dress or the collar of the shirt or something like that. So I just keep the powder down my neck. I don't extend foundation down there. The furthest I go is just literally under just my chin area, just under my chin area, and I stop right here just because I want to blend it in. And then when it comes to powder, I don't mind just extending it down. If you're still haloing your eyebrows in 2018, you need to be arrested. Yes, you need to be arrested. Haloing your eyebrows in this modern day and age. For highlighting, I'm going to be using two products. I'm going to be using the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in Amande, and then I'm going to be using my ever-trusted Clinique foundation, Beyond Perfecting. It's a 2-in-1 concealer and foundation together, and this is in the shade Amber. I like the applicator because you can control how much and where you want the product going. And then I'm gonna go in with the NARS Creamy Radiant. This I picked up the other day. It's my first time trying it, so I don't really know what to expect. And it's balancing nicely with the Clinique. To set my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Benign Olive Sand. So I'm just going to take my brush and then just dust the excess off. So for my eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using the MAC Soft Ochre, and I'm applying this with the KIKO brush number 58. So this stuff sets on applications, so it's really perfect for blending out eyeshadows and just powders. And it locks it in, it doesn't skip, it doesn't move, so it's really, really good. So Huda's been coming out with these Obsessions palettes, and over the weekend I picked up this one from Sephora. It's the Warm Brown Obsessions palette. It comes in 9 shades, really, really pretty. They're all very warm, and you get one shimmer in the middle. So for my transition, I'm going to be using this shade here. They don't have names, so unfortunately I can't give you a name. So I'm also extending it into the inner corner of my eyes, and then I'm dragging it out here. And I'm using the Morphe E27 brush for this. Next I'm going in with this shade, which is like a darker version. It's like a brick red, like a dark brick red. So I'm going in with this next. For that, I am using the Morphe M330 for this because it's a little bit smaller and it's tapered. And I am applying this just right under where I applied the first shade, the transition shade. There is a bit of a kickback. I don't really mind kickbacks, and as long as they're going to show my skin, I don't really mind. So I'm just placing the product and then I am blending it out. I must say that the colors are really, 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 really nice. So if you feel like you're losing a little bit of the transition color you laid down, I'm just going to go back in with the brush I used for the transition, and I'm just going to tidy it up here. I'm just going to intensify the outer corner by adding a little bit of this shade here. It's like a really dark plum, and that will just give me a little bit of dimension to the crease. I'm picking that up on a MAC 217 brush. Like I said, some of the colors, some of the shades actually kick back, but for me, it's not a problem. I don't really mind as long as it's going to show my skin. It doesn't bother me. What is annoying is when you're getting a lot of kickback and it's not actually showing on your skin. Next, I'm going to be using this eye dust from Sleek, and it is in the shade Jet Set. It's a really, really nice shimmer eye dust, like that. So it's like a turquoise, like a turquoisey more on the green side than on the blue. I'm going to use my middle finger for this. I think the best application for shimmer eye dust is your fingers. You can control it and it shows off better on your eyelids. So I'm just going to place that in the middle. So once I've got this down, I'll go in with a brush and then just blend it into the rest of the eyeshadow. I'm now using the Evita E256 Classic Shader, and I'm just going to use that to pick up the color and then blend it into the inner section of my eyes. Just into the brown, just into the other shade that I put down. Yeah. I'm just going to use this black hole for my waterline. It's another one I picked up from Primark, and it's called the KOHL eyeliner in black. So I am making it a little heavy around the outer. So we're going to smoke this out, but I just need a bit of a balance. So I'm making it a little bit heavy in the outer corner. Just extending it out a little bit. And then keeping it in my waterline when I get to the inner. I'm also going to be lining the top of my eye because I don't want any skin coming through. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm going to smudge out the eyeliner I just put down. I'm taking that on a smudge eyeshadow brush, and this is from Better Professional Makeup. I've never heard them before, but I saw it and I liked it. Again, starting from the outer corner, just a little lower. I'm going a little lower, and as I get to the inner corner of my eye, I keep it. I don't drag it as down. I don't drag it down as much. And then also I connect it to the top. Next, I'm gonna go into the second shade that I use for my crease, which is this one here. And I'm going to use that to further smudge out my bottom eye. I'm taking that to the Morphe 330 brush. And then connect it to the top. That's my bottom eyes done. I'm gonna put on some mascara and then I'll throw on some lashes, and then we finish up the rest of my face. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the MAC NW45 Studio Fix powder. And for contouring, I'm going to be using the NW58 also Studio Fix powder from MAC. And for this, I'm going to be using the MAC 116 brush. I think this is my go-to powder for contouring. I also like to take that across my temples and then just under my jawline. So for bronzing, you guys know that I always go into my PAOLA P palette, and I'm taking this shade. See what I mean? I'm using the same brush I use, the MAC 116 for this. Also pushing this a little bit into my forehead area. Going back into the NW58, I am going to contour my nose slightly, and the way I contour is just join my inner brow. I just sort of like connect it down here and then just brush it up and into my eyeshadow. It kind of gives me a bridge, which I don't have. So we're creating illusion here. And then I bring that down just ever so lightly around this area here. That's me and my nose contoured. So for my inner eye highlighter, I'm going to go still into the PAOLA palette, and I'm going to use this shade up here. It's a gold shade, just here. I think that will complement the turquoise I put right in there. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that just under the brow. I'm not even going back into the pan, I'm just using the excess on the brush. Again, I'm taking that same highlighter on a Morphe 510 brush, and I'm just going to highlight the highest point of my cheeks. So I just start from where I want it to shine the most, and then I just diffuse it around here. So for blush, I'm going to be using the MAC Fever, and this is one of my favorites, and I think I use it a lot actually. So there you go. I also like to run the blush just under my jawline. Helps with the contouring. And then this is the next exciting part. This is the part that I really loved about the look, because it wasn't predictive, it was daring, and it was just, you know, out of your comfort zone. So if you're not that person that likes to try out different things and like to be wild, then this is not for you. Initially when I did this look, I was thinking, oh, I need to pair with nude lips because the eyes are heavy, so stick to nude lips. And then I thought, you know what, F it, I'm gonna go for bold. So I am going to be using a green. Yes. And this is called Peace it's Classic Makeup. It's one of those makeup brands that you don't really pay mind to, but then they surprise you in a nice way. And it wasn't very expensive. I got this in Ghana in a shop that I happened to go and buy a moisturizer from, and I saw the color and I thought, wow, I really like this, let me try it. So we're gonna be using Peace, and the good thing is that it's so opaque that I didn't have to line my lips. Using my spatula, I'm just scraping a little bit of this, some of the lipstick, onto the back of my hand. And then I'm going to use a lip brush to just use this to base and outline my lip. Use that to outline. It's a matte lipstick, but it's a really nice, comfortable matte. It's not too dry. It's actually not very dry. It's like it's definitely a matte, but it's a comfortable matte. Bloody hell, like, how can we be doing nude with this look? Like, no. If we're gonna go wild, we might as well just go wild, yeah? Absolutely love this lip color. It's beautiful. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm just gonna go in with the lipstick. And I find that when you apply lipstick or you apply a matte lipsticks like this, they tend to last better, and also what happens is you get a really good coverage, so you don't really see the skin, because you know sometimes with matte lipsticks you tend to see like the skin of your lips in between, especially when you smile. You don't want to see that. This is a really good way to apply it. Oh my gosh, I love this lip color. Tell me this lip color isn't gonna fetch your rent money, isn't gonna be paying your bills for the next 6 months. Charlie, this lip color, I swear, the beat. Oh my goodness. What do you think of my wig? You know, it's beginning to grow on me, because you know I'm not really a wig person, but this is kind of growing on me, or maybe it's because I've got the green lipstick on. I do actually don't mind this, as long as I don't have to wear it like the whole day, because then it starts giving me a headache. I think this is why I don't really go for wigs, because after like a long wear of it, I get headaches. It's the same with when I tie my hair in tie my head in a scarf or put in a cap. It just gives me a headache after like a good number of hours. But I think this wig is kind of like giving me life, no? It's not bad, huh? Anyway, so this is the look. I hope you like this look and I hope you enjoyed it. It is a little bit out of your comfort zone. This isn't really a normal look that you'd wear every day. Not to the in-laws though, because they're gonna be eyeing you up and down, especially if you're from Ghana. They're gonna be looking at you like, hey, now why is it not? But anyway, I really enjoyed shooting this look and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.